Auto racing is very expensive. It costs hundreds of thousands of dollars to operate a team for a year. And in these days of double-digit inflation, the problem of racing may be a rich team versus a small team. The question is, how can the small team compete? Take, for example, Jerry Karl versus Roger Penske. Roger Penske's race cars go to the racetrack in style in this large truck. Now, it doesn't just carry the cars. Inside, there is a complete machine shop, and it also serves as the base station for the race car's two-way radio communication. When the Penske racing team goes to a racetrack, they bring along a large entourage. There are 3 cars, 3 drivers. They have a backup car and a crew of over 30 mechanics. Along with that, they have enough spare parts to build up yet another race car should it be necessary. Jerry Karl's truck doesn't have the fresh new paint job or the bright glittering chrome that Roger Penske's does, and inside there's not nearly the sophisticated equipment either. Jerry Karl, unlike Roger Penske's drivers, has to work on the race car himself. His full-time help consists of 2 extra people. He picks up some other fellows that come along on the weekend and help him race. He has 1 old race car and 1 backup motor.
Some people have the idea you got to have a couple $1 million to go IndyCar racing, and that's not true at all. You can do a real good job for a sponsor for somewhere in the area of $250,000 a year if you use your head and you have a cooperative bunch. You know, you can also be foolish and throw a lot of money away, waste a lot of money. We get along right now on a lot less than that, and of course these aren't new cars. We built these cars last year. They're last year's equipment, and we've got 4 stock block engines that we built for this season that we've been struggling through with.
Jerry Karl's financial struggles would ease if he had sponsorship, but sponsors are noticeably absent from his car. Karl has 1 cash sponsor, Tonko Trailers. They contribute about $50,000 to his racing effort. Karl's total budget for the year is approximately $250,000. His car cost about $35,000. 1 stock block engine about $20,000. This year, Karl has won $46,456 in prize money. But the Roger Penske racing team has 3 major sponsors: A.B. Dick, Gould, and Norton. Each contributes a minimum of $250,000 to $300,000 to Penske Racing. Lesser sponsors include Goodyear, Cam2, Craco, and Champion Spark Plugs. The total budget for Penske Racing this year is $2.3 million. Penske uses Cosworth engines, which cost $45,000 apiece, and this year has won $268,564.
It's kind of tough for us right now. We are short, and we're trying to put together our budget for next year. And of course, the way the economy is today, it's kind of hard to find the money that you need to switch, either transform these cars to Cosworth engines or update to a later car and a Cosworth engine. You know, we almost won the race at Phoenix. We had a chance at it. We were running second with 18 laps to go and broke, and of course we were catching Tom Sneva, who was the eventual winner. And the people went crazy, and that's what the people want to see: competition. Roger Penske had the same sponsors and had brand new cars and the Cosworth engines, and yet we were able to outrun Mario Andretti for 2nd place at Phoenix, and that's racing. When a guy has if a crew is good enough and an engine builder is good enough and a driver is good enough to be able to do that.
Of course, everyone who does drive has access to the big bucks it takes to race. Whether it's 3 mechanics or 30, a bright, shiny truck, or a faded old one, the beauty of this sport is that occasionally the poor man's team wins.